Welcome to the English Practice Podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Sophie. Today we're going to talk about how to speak English naturally without overthinking every word.
Many learners get stuck because they translate or worry too much before speaking.
We'll share tips, exercises, and motivation to help you speak English more fluently and confidently.
Whether you're a beginner or advanced learner, this episode will help you improve your speaking skills.
Get ready to learn how to speak English faster and more naturally. Let's get started.
Part 1. Understanding the challenge of speaking English without thinking.
Hi, Sophie. Today, we're going to talk about something that many English learners struggle with. Speaking English without thinking too much.
Hi, Ryan. That's a topic I find really interesting. I know a lot of people get stuck because they overthink their words.
Exactly. Overthinking slows you down and makes speaking harder. Have you ever felt stuck trying to find the right words?
All the time. Sometimes I pause too long because I'm translating in my head or worrying about mistakes.
That's a very common problem. The goal is to speak English naturally, almost like your first language, without constant hesitation.
But that sounds hard. How do you get from overthinking to speaking smoothly?
It takes practice and the right techniques. First, we need to understand why learners overthink.
Okay, what causes that?
Fear of making mistakes is one big reason. People are afraid of sounding wrong or being judged.
I feel that too. Sometimes I'm scared people won't understand me.
That fear creates pressure and slows your brain. Instead of speaking, you freeze.
So reducing fear is the first step?
Yes. Another cause is translating from your native language word by word.
That's my biggest problem. I think in my language first and then translate.
Exactly. That makes speaking slow and unnatural. Instead, learners need to think directly in English.
How can we train our brains to think in English?
By practicing speaking regularly and exposing yourself to English as much as possible.
So immersion is important?
Very much so. Listening, reading, and speaking in English daily helps your brain switch languages faster.
What about vocabulary? Does knowing more words help reduce overthinking?
Absolutely. The more words and phrases you know, the easier it is to express yourself quickly.
That means building active vocabulary is key.
Yes, and learning common phrases or chunks of language helps you speak faster.
Like learning, how are you, instead of translating each word?
Exactly. Chunks save time and make your speech sound natural.
What about grammar? Should we stop thinking about grammar when speaking?
Good question. Grammar is important, but focusing too much on rules while speaking can slow you down.
So we should focus on communication first, then improve grammar?
Yes, fluency comes before perfect grammar. Communication is the main goal.
That's relieving to hear. I often stop to check if my grammar is correct.
You're not alone. Many learners do that, but it blocks natural speaking flow.
How do we train ourselves to speak without overthinking grammar?
Practice speaking frequently without worrying about mistakes. The more you speak, the more natural it becomes.
So regular speaking practice builds confidence and fluency?
Exactly. Also, speaking with native speakers or tutors helps.
What if I don't have anyone to speak English with?
Practice talking to yourself at home, record your voice, or use language exchange apps online.
Talking to myself sounds strange, but I guess it helps.
It does. Describing your day or narrating your actions trains your brain to think and speak in English.
That's a good idea. I'll try narrating my day in English.
Another technique is shadowing, listening to a native speaker and repeating immediately.
I've heard of shadowing. How does it help?
Shadowing improves pronunciation, rhythm, and helps you speak faster. It trains your brain and mouth together.
Sounds useful. Can beginners try shadowing too?
Yes, start with simple sentences and gradually move to longer phrases.
What if the speaker is too fast?
Start slow and repeat the same sentence multiple times before moving on.
That makes it easier to keep up.
Definitely. Over time, your speed and confidence improve.
What else helps with thinking in English while speaking?
Building listening skills is important. The better you understand spoken English, the faster you can respond.
So, listening and speaking practice should go hand in hand.
Exactly. Try listening to podcasts, watching videos, and repeating phrases out loud.
I like that. Listening helps me get used to natural speech patterns.
Another tip is to stop translating mentally. Instead, try to associate English words directly with objects or ideas.
That sounds hard but useful. How do I start doing that?
Practice labeling items around you in English or think simple sentences without translation.
Like saying, this is a chair instead of translating from my language.
Yes, simple steps like that help your brain switch to English thinking.
What about common mistakes learners make when trying to speak without thinking?
One is trying to speak too fast too soon, which causes errors.
So, slow down and focus on clarity first.
Right. Fluency will come with practice. Another mistake is fear of mistakes stopping practice altogether.
Fear is the biggest enemy of fluency.
Exactly. It's better to speak imperfectly than not speak at all.
I'll keep that in mind. Any advice on staying motivated?
Set small goals, celebrate progress, and practice daily. Even a few minutes counts.
Consistency is key.
Next, we'll discuss exercises and habits that help speak English without thinking. Ready?
Ready. Let's do it.
Part 2. Exercises and habits to speak English without thinking.
Welcome back, Sophie. Now let's talk about specific exercises that help you speak English without thinking too much.
Hi, Ryan. I'm excited. I want to learn practical ways to get fluent faster.
Great. The first exercise is thinking aloud. Simply describe what you're doing or thinking in English.
Like narrating my actions, for example. I'm washing the dishes now.
Exactly. This trains your brain to form English sentences spontaneously.
I can do this while cooking or cleaning at home. It sounds fun.
It is. You'll notice you start thinking in English without stopping to translate.
What's another useful exercise?
Try shadowing. Listen to short English audio or video clips and repeat immediately after the speaker.
I've tried shadowing before, but sometimes it feels too fast.
Start with slow, simple clips and repeat the same sentence multiple times until you get it right.
That makes sense. I'll practice shadowing kids' stories or beginner podcasts.
Perfect. Shadowing improves pronunciation, rhythm, and speed of speaking.
What about speaking with others? How can learners practice if they're shy?
Start by practicing alone and recording yourself. Then find a language partner online for low-pressure conversation.
Recording myself sounds scary, but I know it helps.
It does. Listening to your own voice helps you catch mistakes and build confidence.
I'll try recording short daily speaking exercises.
Another habit is to learn and practice common phrases or sentence chunks.
So instead of memorizing single words, I learn fixed expressions.
Exactly. It's easier to speak fast when you use familiar phrases.
Can you give some examples?
Sure. Phrases like, how are you doing? Or what do you think about are very useful.
I'll start using those in conversations. What else?
Use gap fill exercises where you listen to sentences with missing words and try to say the missing parts.
Where can I find those exercises?
Many language learning apps and websites offer gap fill practice with audio.
I'll check out those resources.
Try speaking for a fixed time about a topic, like 1 minute without stopping.
That sounds challenging, but good for fluency.
Yes, it forces your brain to keep producing English even if you don't know all the words.
I can talk about my day or hobbies for 1 minute.
Exactly. Over time, you'll get better at thinking and speaking without pausing.
What about improving vocabulary for fast speaking?
Use flashcards or apps with spaced repetition to learn words and phrases actively.
I use Anki sometimes, but need to review more regularly.
Set a daily goal like learning 5 new phrases each day and using them in sentences.
Using phrases in context helps me remember better.
Another great tip is to listen to English podcasts or watch shows daily, even if you don't understand everything.
Listening every day helps me get used to English sounds and speed.
Yes, it trains your ear and your brain to process English faster.
What if I don't understand some words or sentences?
That's okay. Focus on the general meaning and try to guess from context.
That encourages me to keep listening without frustration.
Also, repeat words and sentences you find difficult until they feel natural.
Repetition is key for muscle memory and speaking.
Practice paraphrasing or saying the same thing in different ways.
That helps when I forget a word or phrase.
Exactly. It trains your brain to be flexible and speak more freely.
I'll practice paraphrasing when speaking or writing.
Try to think in English as much as possible during the day.
Like labeling objects or thinking sentences silently.
Yes, the more you think in English, the faster you speak without translating.
What if I get stuck while speaking?
Keep talking. Use fillers like, well, let me think, or describe the idea differently.
That keeps the conversation flowing instead of stopping.
Another useful habit is to practice speaking in front of a mirror.
That helps me observe my mouth and facial expressions.
Exactly. It also builds confidence and makes you more comfortable speaking aloud.
Do you recommend practicing with tongue twisters?
Yes, tongue twisters improve pronunciation and mouth agility.
Can you give an example?
Try She Sells Seashells by the Seashore. It's great for practicing S sounds.
I'll practice daily to improve my clarity.
Also, don't forget to relax while speaking. Stress makes you tense and slower.
Taking deep breaths helps me calm down before speaking.
Good. Relaxed muscles help your speech flow naturally.
Thanks, Ryan. These exercises and habits sound doable and effective.
They really are. Remember, the key is daily, consistent practice and patience.
I'm motivated to start practicing these right away.
Awesome. In part 3, we'll discuss common mistakes and how to avoid them.
Looking forward to it. See you then.
Part 3. Common mistakes learners make when trying to speak English without thinking.
Welcome back, Sophie. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when trying to speak English without thinking.
Hi, Ryan. Mistakes are part of learning, but some can slow progress if not handled well.
Exactly. The first mistake is trying to speak too fast before you're ready.
I know that feeling. Rushing makes me mess up more.
Speaking too fast can cause unclear pronunciation and make you nervous.
So, should we slow down and focus on clarity first?
Yes, fluency will come with time. Speed comes after accuracy.
That's a relief. What's another mistake?
Fear of making mistakes is a big one. Many learners avoid speaking altogether.
I used to be afraid of sounding silly or wrong.
Avoiding speaking delays improvement. It's better to speak and learn from mistakes.
So, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Got it.
Another mistake is relying too much on memorized sentences.
I've memorized dialogues, but freeze when the conversation changes.
Memorized answers limit flexibility. Practice improvising with different questions.
That's hard, but necessary. How can I practice improvisation?
Try role playing or answering random questions out loud without preparation.
That sounds challenging but effective.
Another mistake is translating word by word from your native language.
That causes awkward sentences and hesitation.
To avoid that, practice thinking directly in English and use chunks of language.
Thinking in English is a big mindset change.
Some learners focus only on speaking but neglect listening practice.
Listening helps us understand and respond faster.
Balanced practice of listening and speaking is essential.
What else should I watch out for?
Overusing fillers like uh, or repeating words too much when nervous.
I do that sometimes. It sounds unprofessional.
Practice pausing calmly instead of fillers. Pauses can sound thoughtful.
I'll try to pause more gracefully.
Comparing yourself to native speakers too much is also a mistake.
That makes me feel discouraged.
Everyone learns at their own pace. Focus on your own progress.
Good advice. What about pronunciation?
Neglecting pronunciation practice can make you hard to understand.
I want to improve my clarity so people listen carefully.
Spend time practicing sounds, stress, and intonation daily.
Any good tools for that?
Apps like Alyssa Speak and Speechling give feedback and exercises.
I'll check those out.
Giving up too soon is a big mistake many learners make.
Learning to speak without thinking takes time and patience.
Exactly. Be persistent, and you will see progress.
Thanks, Ryan. Knowing these mistakes helps me avoid them.
You're welcome. Next, we'll talk about motivation and staying positive during your learning journey.
I need that encouragement. See you next time.
Part 4: Motivation, Encouragement, and Final Tips for Speaking English Without Thinking.
Welcome back, Sophie. For our final part, let's talk about staying motivated when learning to speak English without thinking.
Hi, Ryan. Motivation is so important, especially when progress feels slow.
Absolutely. Many learners get discouraged early on, but persistence is key.
Sometimes I feel tired or frustrated, but I try to remind myself why I started.
That's great. Remembering your reasons for learning English helps you push through challenges.
What do you recommend for staying motivated daily?
Set small, achievable goals each day and celebrate your progress, no matter how small.
I like that. Celebrating small wins keeps me positive.
Also, try to make learning fun. Use topics and materials that interest you.
When I enjoy what I study, time flies and I learn better.
Joining online communities or language groups can give you support and encouragement.
Talking with others keeps me accountable and motivated.
Watching inspiring success stories of other learners can also boost your confidence.
I love hearing how others improved through practice and dedication.
It's important to be kind to yourself and accept mistakes as part of the journey.
I'm learning to be less critical and more patient with myself.
Using a variety of learning methods, speaking, listening, reading, writing, helps keep you engaged.
Mixing things up keeps boredom away and improves overall skills.
Remember, speaking English without thinking is a skill you build over time.
It doesn't happen overnight, but every step forward counts.
Keep practicing speaking daily, even if it's just talking to yourself or shadowing.
Consistency makes a huge difference in building fluency.
And don't compare your progress to others. Everyone learns at their own pace.
That mindset helps me avoid discouragement.
Finally, believe in yourself. You are capable of speaking English confidently.
Positive thinking changes how we approach learning.
Thank you, Sophie, for sharing your thoughts and encouragement today.
Thank you, Ryan. I hope our listeners feel inspired to keep practicing.
Thanks to everyone who joined us. Keep practicing and don't give up.
We'll see you next time on the English Practice Podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep speaking confidently and naturally.
Bye. Happy learning and stay motivated.